hook, hook, give us a hook, 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 give us a hook.
Hey, what's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Generation toy Crane. So here we are, and there he is. And first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. So right up front here, we have a nice picture of a crane. He's shooting and being shot at. He looks like he's having a good time. He looks like he's having fun. On the bottom here, you just have the rest of the picture. On the top here, you just have Generation Toy. On the back, you have that image of a gravity builder. Warning! Please don't eat anything in this box. That could be very bad for you. And you just remove the slipcover. And you have Generation Toy on the front, Generation Toy on the back. And that's basically it for the packaging. So moving right along, here we have Crane, the final component of Generation Toys Gravity Builder, their Nut Devastator, and this is their take on Hook. Hook, give us a hook. Now, one thing to note, some things that are included with Crane here, you do get a baggie here with some replacement parts, and yeah, I'll probably do a separate video on this, because there's quite a bit in here. There's new hips for long haul, some new bits for the combined mode arms, some new springs, and some hand fillers for the combined mode hands. And yeah, you get a little baggie full of stuff. Probably tomorrow's video will be me showing the installation of all this stuff. But you know what's great about Generation Toy? You know why I love Generation Toy? Because they give you a baggie of replacement parts, and you know what's included in the box with the replacement parts? Instructions! Nice full color instructions telling you what to do, why you're doing it. It's lovely. It's look, I don't have to look it up online. I don't have to go on their Facebook page. It was in the box. You see, third-party companies? This is what you're supposed to do! Anyway. I'm sorry, you guys know that's a big pet peeve of mine, but anyway, I'm so happy. I love Generation Toy. That already makes me love them so much more. So anyway, so here we have Crane or Hook, and he's a crane and or hook, but very nicely done. So let's get in close here so we can see the details. You got some nice transparent plastic right up here in the front with the headlights picked out in yellow. You got some silver up front. You got the screws right there, but hey, whatever. What are you gonna do? You got the grill right there painted. You got some silver here as well. Some silver right there. You can see the little cockpit section here. That's some nice transparent plastic going all the way around. Some more silver. You got the hazard stripes right there. Some more silver. Whole lot of silver. Got these little ladders here, which are on a hinge, and also can rotate for some reason, but they can. Going to the side here, you got some black. All the rims are done in silver, which is very nice. You got this little rear cockpit section here, which just has the windows done in blue. On the back here, again, some nice molded detailing here. You got some more silver paints. The crane section itself, again, some nice silver, some nice detailing. Got more of those caution stripes right there. A lot of nice silver going on. Got this bit right here, which is done in that soft rubbery plastic, which is nice. Get a little transparent bit right there. If you open it up, you can see. Oops, as I bumped the camera. Sorry. You can see this little bit right here that is done in silver as well, which is pretty cool. And there you go. He does have rubber tires, just like all the other guys. Nice rubber tires. He does roll, as rolling things should. The crane itself can move up and down on a nice ratchet. You get those nice pistons, nice working pistons right there. Can do, not a full 360, but can do a 180 before this starts to get in the way. So you have that. And it can also extend. Only that little bit, but still, it's nice that it can extend. And the hook itself is just on a double hinge here, and the hook itself is just on a hinge right there. There you go. Another feature is you also have these little support struts here that just flip out. You just flip these down, and they're done in a nice silver and like copper color, which looks really nice. So you can just flip those out. Gonna have to get your nail like right in there. Just kind of flip that out. There you go. The little support struts going on there. That's pretty cool. I dig that. I like that. That's cool. Very, very cool. So there I have that. And yeah. So that's pretty much it. So now for comparison, let's just bring them all in. Let's bring in Combiner Wars hook. I don't know if we can get all these guys in frame here, but we will try. Combiner Wars hook, TFC Toys hook, Toy Worlds hook, and put him here, there we go. And last but not least, G1 hook, because it's precious, hooking precious. That didn't sound right. Anyway. So, let's get a little aerial view here. And we can see all of the hooks. Yeah! Because ain't no party like a hooking party, because a hooking party don't stop. That didn't sound right either. I'm going to stop saying things like that. Let's get out of here. You get out. You get out. You get out. And without further ado, let's bring in the squad here. I don't know if I can get all these guys in the shot, but we're going to try. We're going to try. Alright, let's see. Let's see. Maybe? 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 I'll move these guys back a little bit more. Maybe? I have to stretch for this guy. Alright, there we go. Hey! And then we have the whole team. Reunited, and it feels so good. There you go. So you have the entire Gravity Builder squad. Finally. Yay! They look good together. Very nice looking set, in my opinion. Very nice looking set. So there you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. And there you go. Alright, so let's get back down to ground level here. Okay. So now, we will just get down to transformation, shall we? Let's, as usual, we will go into combine mode, then into robot mode. So, to get into combine mode, you just want to take the crane section here, you want to bring it all the way back like that, and then you want to untab this section right here. Untab that, and then swing all this back to the front like that. And that will give you clearance for the next step. So now you're going to take these side panels here. We're going to untab those. Untab. Untab. And then you're just going to take this whole assembly here. It's on double hinge. Just take it and just flip that up like that. And then you want to take this back section here. You want to bring this up and you want to untab these side panels here. Untab. Untab. And then you bring this section up. You rotate it. Bring it back down, and this will just tab in to the sides right there, like that. And once you've done that, you want to take this section right here, you want to raise it up, because you can see this hinge right here is sitting in this little divot. So you just want to bring that up, and now you want to rotate all of this 180 like that. And once you've done that, this section will now, you can see there, will now tab in right there into these two notches. So just tab that in right there. And now you can see here we have our combined mode head. So you want to take the head, you want to rotate it around, because I found that's the easiest way to do it. And then you want to just rotate all this 180, bring this down, and then you can rotate the head back to the front. Like that. And once you've done that, you just take them and you break them in half. Boom! Right there. And then you want to take this panel here, you want to lift this up because we need this open. So you want to bring this together, and that will just plug in right there. Boom, like that. And you can see here this little T-tab is going to go into this notch right in there, like that. You can close that up. And then these panels just lay back there. And then you, I bumped the camera with the crane there. Hi, how are you? Then you want to take the crane, just swing it to the back. The last thing you want to do is you want to take the combiner ports and flip these out. As usual, these are on super, super tight joints, super tight ratchets, and you need the tool to kind of help pry them out. I'm not going to waste time muscling these around. Just take the combiner ports, just flip them out, flip that out on both sides, and there you go. And there you have Crane in the torso mode for Devastator or Gravity Builder. There you go. We can take a look at the head sculpt right now. Very nice head sculpt. Looks very good. You got some silver paint right there on the crest, a little bit of red. Nice shiny red visor. He has his angry face on. He's like, grrr, grrr. Now he does have an optional face piece right here. So you can have either angry face or you can have him with calm face. So you have the option there. The face does swap out very easily. It's just 2 pegs. So you can just pop that out and just pop on the new mouth. And there you go. Now he's all calm and serious before he kills you. There you go. So pretty cool that you get that optional part there. I like it. I like it. I like it very much. So there you go. And just to compare some head and shoulders here, why not? There's the Combiner Wars. There's TFC Toys. I don't know if I can fit all this in the frame, but we're going to try. There's with Toy World. Yeah, this might not work. There we go. And here is G1. Garters pressure. Head and shoulders pressure. There you go. So, that's that. And that's. So let's get down to robot mode now. So to get to robot mode, first we have to pretty much go back into vehicle mode. So I'm just going to raise this up, unhook that, just like that. Just kind of bring this back around, bring this back to the front here. Close that back up, and close that, and we're just going to start just undoing everything we just did here. So we're just going to rotate the head back, bring this up, swing all this around, like that, rotate the head back around, like so, and then we can just raise that up, untap this section as well, and swing all this back around. And then that will just sit in that divot right there. You can see a little forehead piece just kind of sits right in there. Has its own little divot for it. And we just open up these panels right here. Open up. Bring that up, twist it around, bring that back down. Also tab into the sides. Tab in. Why won't you tab in? There you go. Tab in right there. And then you just bring this down, that, and these will just tab in. You can see those slots right there. Just tab in right there, tab in right there, tab in everything there, and there you go. And then take the crane, just bring this back, tab that back in where it was, bring that back to the front, and now we're basically back in vehicle mode. So now you want to take this whole assembly here, and you want to unpeg this right there, and you want to take all of this, swing this to the side, and this is on a slider right here, so you just want to slide that over until it clicks right there, and you leave that. So now you want to come here, you have a little hook tab right here, you just flip this up, flip it up, there you go, flip it up. And then you want to come to the front here. You want to undo this panel first, because this panel, come on, undo this panel first because this panel actually hooks over that panel. So you always want to undo this one first, and then untab that one there. See the pegs right there, there are ports in there. And once you've done that, you can now split the legs. And now, this is the robot mode foot. You just want to take this and push that to the inside, and that will untab it from this panel right here. So now you can bring this up, swing it out like that. And now you can bring this up, and now you can rotate the leg down like that. So now, we want to take this section right here, swing that in, swing this all the way in like that, and then this whole section with the wheel and all comes in like that, and then rotate the foot forward, and then take the heel spur, flip that back like that. Then you take this section right here, this just swings off to the side. You rotate it, you can see there's a little notch there for this armature. So you just take that, bring that up, and that just sits against his hip like that. Then you take this little panel right here, you just swing that down, that fills in that gap, and you take this front section of his shin and you rotate it 180 like that. And there you got a leg all done. A second verse, much like the first. Untap that, bring it up, swing it out, bring it up, and bring all this down. Take this and swing this around now. Bring it up against the hip. Swing that over, swing that in, swing all of that in, rotate that forward, swing out the heel. There you go. And we swing that down. You want to open up this section right here, and right in there is where the gun stores. So you just bring that out. These windows right here, these side windows, love to pop out. And I'm going to have to take a little dab of glue to that. Anyway, once you do that, you want to take this side, flip that in first, flip this side in, flip that in, bring that up like that, and then you rotate this whole thing around 180. This little hook tab here, you just flip that back. And there you have the other leg all done. So there you have that. So now we will move on to the upper body. So now, the upper body, you just want to untap the arms and just bring them out and down on that ratchet, like that. And then, go up a little bit more here so you can see what I'm doing. And then you just want to untap this panel here, swing that down. You can open up this panel now and flip out the fist. Close that up. And you bring the arm down at this hinge right here. So you just bring that down like that. And now you notice there's this gap right here. And you're like, oh my god, oh my god. What do I do about that? That looks so ugly, my god. You do because people talk like that, my god. I don't know. Anyway, you come back here and you flip this little section up. And that unfolds. And that comes down and fills in that gap. I think that's pretty cool. So anyway, there you have an arm all done. Second verse, same as the first. Bring that down, open it up, flip out the fist, close it up, bring the arm down. I don't know why I'm singing like Michael McDonald. They're gonna bring that arm down. You're gonna flip these panels out. I need to stop right now. Okay, anyway. So you just bring down all that, and there you have the arms all done. Oh dear God, I've lost my mind. I lost it a long time ago actually, but anyway. So now, you want to leave this arm facing forward just so this section here, you have clearance. You want to come in here and you want to flip this panel out right here, and at this point now you can bring all this down, and there is, I don't know if you can see it, but there is a post right there that'll go into this port right there, which is just a screw hole, but it plugs in right there. Like that. Doesn't plug in all that securely, but it plugs in. And then you take this section right here, and you untab this, and you swing it around, and now that post will go into that port and lock that in place, kind of, sort of. Again, this is another thing that doesn't really lock in as securely as it should, but it's what it's supposed to do. So you have that. So now we just flip the head up. Then we bring up his chest panel here. Close that up. And I believe we're done. Are we done? Yes, we're done. Oh, one last thing we have to do, we just take these little ladders here. Just bring them to the back. Like that. There we go. There we go. Get your shoulders all the way down. And there you have him. There you have Crane in his robot mode, and that sure is a hook. Looks good. I like him. I like him. Like I've been saying, I really like the designs of these guys. They're they're very much kind of IDW, kind of comic booky designs, but I do really dig them. So let's get in close here so we can see that beautiful face of his. Yeah, nice head sculpt. As you can see, very nice light piping. Glows nice and bright. Nice silver paint there on the face. And you got some of that orange on the chest, a lot of silver. You got a nice spot there for a repro label. How considerate. Again, you got some nice silver. Got some silver there on the forearms. Nice silver legs. And everything compacts very nicely. Even got some silver detailings right there on the inside. This doesn't collapse as flush as I would like. You can see it just kind of sticks out a little bit. That's a bit unfortunate. Come back here. Of course, he has this stuff kind of hanging off his back. The crane itself, if you leave it straight down, you want to fold this up too. If you leave it straight down, you can see it actually hangs down lower than his feet. So you do have to bring it out like 2 clicks. So, it's not making him lean forward. Otherwise, it's doing that. So you do have to bring this out at least 2 clicks. So he can stand straight, which is unfortunate. Would have been nice if there was some way to maybe fold this up or collapse it up a little bit more, but you can't really do it. I mean, this does have hinges here, but they, kind of, sort of, but that just looks even weirder. So it's just, yeah, I don't know. And again, this backpack section, like I said, it tabs in, but it doesn't like to stay tabbed in, or pegged in rather. There we go. It likes to come undone very easily. Now you do have a couple positions for the crane if you wish. Now this is position number 1 as stated in the instructions. Position number 2 is you can take this and swing this around, and there is a hinge right here to bring that down and have that hanging over his shoulder like that. And there's this panel here that opens up. I don't know why, but that opens up. Maybe that's to give the illusion that it's like a cannon or a rail gun or something. I don't know, but that's there. It's there for a reason. Okay, sure. And you can see shoulder pieces here do have like some missiles here and some gun barrels. You can have those aimed forward as weaponry as well. But that is position number 1. If you want this to actually not be so ridiculously long in that position, you can just take this and swing it back to its original position. Like that, and use this hinge, and that way it's a little shorter. And again, the backpack came unpegged, so you use that hinge instead, and it doesn't, stick out as far forward. So that's an option as well. Or there is another option here. We'll swing all this back around, put this back in. You can, if you want to, take this section here, and this just pops off entirely. And you can just fold this back up, and you can use this as some kind of like staff weapon if you want to. You can kind of hold it by the pistons there, kind of, sorta, maybe. I don't know, but you can have them. Using it as some kind of staff weapon. I don't know, the instructions say you can, so there you go. It's an option, totally up to you. So there you go. As always, your toy, display it however you wish. It does clip on quite easily. And again, the backpack came unpegged. There you go. So there you have that. Now let's run through the articulation before we take a look at anything else here. Articulation-wise, the head is on a ball joint, so you get some wiggly, waggly, wiggly, waggly. You can look up a little bit, you can look down a little bit. Get that side-to-side movement. The arms can do a full 360. They can go in and out. You can use that hinge right there too if you want. You get that much outward movement. You do have a bicep swivel. You have over 90 degrees of bend there at the elbow. These panels right here are on a swivel and a hinge. You can angle those however you wish, totally up to you. He does have a wrist swivel. Hands can open and close. Waist swivel, although the backpack, this part of the backpack here does start to kind of get in the way once you get past a certain point. These hip panels here can move out of the way, so you can move his legs forward, that far, backwards, only that far. Outward movement, you have to kind of move this out of the way. You can almost do the full splits. You do have a thigh swivel. The knee joints, again, you have to move this out of the way. There you go. You have slightly over 9 degrees of bend at the knee. Although, like I said, that gets in the way. That's a bit annoying, and there's nothing else you can really do with it. And the feet can rotate. There is no upward or downward movement, but you get rotation, and you get a lot of ankle tiltage. So, there you go. And of course he has his little gun right here, which you just flip down the handle, and you just pull out the barrel. It'll snap into place. And you can hold his little gun. There's your little pistol there. And there you go. Now another thing that is included with Crane is the combined mode gun. So you can take a look at this, done in purple and gray and black. And looks very nice, very, very cool. You can see the tabs right there. That's where it'll connect to the hand. And yeah, very nicely done. And this does have another function as well. This can transform, which is pretty cool. Let's put them off to the side for a second here. So what you do with the gun is you take the handle, you flip this down, you come here. You also have this handle here. I guess you can have one of the guys like holding it to the side. You can't really hold it like an underslung gun. You can't really get his arms to that kind of position, but you can kind of have him just, toting it around. But anyway, you untab these side panels here, unpeg them rather, bring them out, then you slide them up on these rails here, which are kind of tight. There we go. Slide them up, and slide this side up, like that. And then you just rotate them around, like so. You take the barrel here, you bring that forward, and then you bring these forward here, and these tabs will just go into those grooves right there. These are on hinges too, cat hair not included. So bring that forward, move these around, like that. Again, cat hair not included. Get out of here! Like that. Then you take this section here, and you raise this up, and you flip out these little handles. It can be a bit of a pain in the butt to get out, but it's doable. Get out, get out, get out. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. I can do it. There we go. All I have to do is tell myself I can't do it, and then I'll do it. See? Ah. And then you flip out this little section right here. And what you do at this point is you bring in the combined mode chest shield, and this port right here will go over this post right here. So you just plug that on, which of course now that the camera's on, well, I can't do it, even though I've done this like 100 times already. There we go. And then this post will go into that port right there. Just plug that in, and booyah! And now you have a gun emplacement right there, which is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. And this, you can angle this however you wish. This piece here you can angle how you wish. You can leave this handle up if you want. This is actually on a ball joint here, so you can wiggle this around. And now you can have one of your Constructicons manning this if you wish. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. They didn't need to do that, but it's cool. I still appreciate it nonetheless. So, that's pretty awesome. So, there you have that. And of course, another accessory is an optional head for Crane. You see the new head right there again. Nice detailing, nice light piping going on there. And the head that is on him right now is the more G1-y head, but you can plug that head on there if you want. So again, you have options. Yay for options. So there you have that. Put that off to the side for now. And for comparison, let's bring in all of the hooks here. Here we have Combiner Wars hook, TFC hook, Toy World hook, and Hey, G1 hook, because it's precious. His body won't stay together, but he's still precious. Alright. So you have that, and that, and that, and that. Here he is with Combiner Wars Voyager Prime. Just so you can see, a little shorter than the current Voyages. Here he is with Leader Megatron. You can see how that works right now. And without further ado, I don't even know if I'll be able to get them all in the shot, but we's gonna try. Let's bring in the rest of the team here. This might not work. This might not work at all. We're going to do our best here. We're going to do our best. There we go. Scrapper. Bone Crusher, yes. This is what happens when you have a 6-member team. You don't know how to get them all in frame. There we go. That'll work. Hey, there we go. That's better. That did the trick. There you go. There you have the whole team. Yay! And again, they look really good together. Really, really good together. This is a nice looking set. Very nice looking set, in my opinion. I dig it. I dig it very, very, very much. So there we go. So yeah, another thing to note, much like all the other guys, he does have the rubber pads on the bottoms of his feet, which are very nice. So it keeps them nice and skid resistant, which I appreciate. But yeah, there you go. You got a cool little cannon placement there. That's awesome. So there you go. There you have Hook, the last member of the Gravity Builder Squad. And yeah, very, very cool. So here's how we're going to run through the rest of these videos. Tomorrow's video will be the installation of all of these add-on parts. And then Thursday's video, because Wednesdays is always for something different, Thursday's video will be the combine mode for Gravity Builder himself. And Friday's video will be the extra little bonus that you can get with Gravity Builder. So we'll do a build stuff video of that. So that's how that's going to work out for the rest of the week. So stay tuned for that. Well, not stay tuned because this isn't television. Stay subscribed for that. And yeah, so there you go. So if you would like a crane or any of Generation Toys' other offerings, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. There will be a link in the description down below, so check that out. You can also check out my Gravity Builder playlist for any reviews you may have missed, also linked in the description down below, so check that out as well. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Lori Plan, follow me on Twitter, all that good stuff down in the description below, and I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the Generation Toy Crane, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, boom in your face! Lord Megatron. Now, Hook, what is it? Your space bridge is finally complete. It is? Yes, come this way. Skiddly-doo! Yes, I said skiddly-doo. You want to make something of it?